Okay, here's how I got an A+ in ochem 1 and 2. My first tip is to do practice problems. I'm pretty sure everyone has heard this, but it's one of the most effective study strategies for literally any pre-med class, but especially ones that are more math-based like physics and chemistry. So after every single lecture, I would go to either the textbook or the homework or whatever resource I had, and I would do problems that corresponded to what we just covered, and I would make sure to keep up with the material because it definitely builds on itself. And so if there was something I was confused about, I would make sure to unconfuse myself before the next class. And going off of that, to make sure I really understood the material, I would see if I could answer the problem if it was asked in a slightly different way or if something was slightly altered. So for example, if they were to ask for the product if we used a bulky base, I would make sure I could answer the problem, but I would also test myself to see if I could draw the product if we used a less sterically hindered base and just explore all the possibilities. Another thing I would do is I would make these little cheat sheets, and I would do this by exams. So every new exam I would make a new one. And this was especially helpful for ochem 2 when we had literally so many reactions to memorize. So everything that we went over in class, I would just transfer over to this cheat sheet, and that way I had a cumulative representation of everything I had to know before the test. And then lastly, this is the case for literally every class, but old exams are your best friend. They're literally the best resource. So I would use literally all of them. Sometimes I would use them as practice, but sometimes I would save them towards the end if you want to use it as kind of like what you would do with MCAT full lengths to simulate test taking conditions and time it how you would need to if that's something that you had trouble with. But old exams are literally gold.